Good morning. So, do we go back to 77, 75, or do we keep going down? So that's the big question for today. In my opinion, when you have a gap like this, it's hard to fill. So we might get a little bit of a push up to attempt to fill the gap, and then if we don't fill it quickly, I think we can get another leg down. Yesterday, of course, we did hit that 77, 75. We were trading up here at the top of the range. And then I said that that was a big magnet as long as we get below that 7,800 low volume area. We did get there in the afternoon, and then we closed even lower. We remember I talked about this area, value area sweep. That was a possibility, and we closed right around there. So the settlement for yesterday was 77, 68 and 3/4. So right there. Now overnight, we attempted a little move higher and then immediately sold off. Traveled through the whole range, clean up some of the single prints. I always like to see what happens at RTH. I wanna see those single prints tested during the regular hours, but this is an area that we've been looking for a while. If you watch my previous videos, we've been talking about this 7,700 area. We still have 3 sets of single prints. I mean, if you count this one too, and then all the pull structure below. But this is a support area that we were watching out for a little bit of a bounce. If this bounce holds, we're gonna go back to filling the gap and then go back to 77, 75. But like I said, when you have big gaps like that, sometimes what I like to do is mark the half of the gap, meaning from the open to yesterday's close, and mark that as the half, and then use that as my first target. It seems like it could match. It could be around that monthly VWAP for today. If you look at the close from yesterday and where we are likely to open, that would be around the monthly VWAP. So that 77.54 would be a good initial target to the upside if we can get back inside the previous week's range, right? Which is 77.38. So above that, we do have a little bit of resistance here that I'm gonna be watching. Watching for sellers in this area. But then if we stay below this area, then I'm gonna be looking for this bearish imbalance targets to be tested. 77.11, 08, 06, and then this 76.95 is the previous all-time highs. So be looking for a test here. So if you look at all these bars that I have on the right, these are areas where we saw some big absorption, so they have delta imbalances, and the biggest one that stands out on the downside is right here at 76.58 to 57, right? So this is a previous area where we saw big sellers that got absorbed, and then the next big area is around the 7,600. So these are the two areas to watch for a little bit of a pause. In my opinion, that's right before that gap fill, and this is inside the range of this session right here. So that's if we can get below this 7700 area, but we gotta see what happens at the open. We also have some reports now in a few minutes. We have housing numbers, and also one thing to note is that this big drop is also related to bonds, which are making fresh new lows. Interest rates have been spiking, and we haven't seen these levels in a few years, so that's an important thing. So watch the bonds. If bonds starts to rally, then we might see a little bit of a rally back into that gap fill and yesterday's settlement. Nasdaq, pretty big sell-off. It's trading right at that 20-day point of control and the monthly VWAP. So that's gonna be a magnet, but if we stay below it, look for this untested point of control at 29,620-ish, and then a test of that previous week's low at 29,533, which also coincides with a 50 moving average. Crude also is moving higher after yesterday's Iran statement that they're not very happy again. And gold is after attempting again to get above 4,500, got sold off again back to that 20-day point of control. So still in the same range for gold. And watch today the 9:15 release. That's a market mover usually. That's the US industrial production. And then we have some pending home sales at 10 a.m. I think the home and the housing numbers now are gonna start being a little more relevant because of the bonds making new lows. So watch those releases, and that's about it for today. Tomorrow we have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. and jobless claims on Thursday. All right, good luck.